In this video, we'll journey from the lost generation to the alpha generation, exploring the key challenges and triumphs that defined each era. Let's start our journey with the lost generation. Born between 1883 and 1900, they found themselves on the cusp of monumental changes. Before the world wars that would later define them, this generation witnessed rapid industrial growth, technological advancements, and significant cultural shifts. During their formative years, one of the most shocking events was the eruption of Krakatoa in 1883. This cataclysmic volcanic explosion occurred in Indonesia and is considered one of the most violent eruptions in recorded history. It generated massive tsunamis that devastated nearby coastlines, killing over 36,000 people, and the eruption's ash cloud affected climate worldwide. They observed the rise of Impressionism in art, with artists like Claude Monet challenging traditional forms and techniques. The invention of the motion picture in the late 1890s by pioneers such as the Lumiere brothers began to change the landscape of entertainment, offering a glimpse into the future of cinema that would captivate future generations. This period also saw the emergence of recorded music, with the first commercially available gramophones and phonographs, bringing music into homes in a way never before possible. As young adults, the lost generation endured the horrors of World War I. This traumatic experience was soon followed by the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. These back-to-back catastrophes left an indelible mark on their outlook. Next up, the greatest generation. They grew up during a time of significant transformation, from the aftermath of World War I to the vibrancy of the Roaring Twenties. The First World War left a profound impact on them, challenging their beliefs about honour, patriotism and heroism, amid the conflict's unprecedented carnage. The 1918 flu pandemic tested their resilience further, marking a period of great adversity early in their lives. Yet, the 1920s heralded a cultural renaissance that this generation embraced. Jazz music flourished, with Louis Armstrong becoming a symbol of this era's innovative spirit. Silent films, especially those starring Charlie Chaplin, captivated audiences, while the first commercial radio broadcast in 1920 revolutionized the dissemination of information and entertainment, marking the beginning of modern mass media. These years were also characterized by a shift away from conservative social norms influenced by modernist literature, from figures like Scott Fitzgerald and Ernest Hemingway. This generation experienced the world's extremes, from the despair of war to the exuberance of jazz clubs, shaping their worldview and leaving a lasting legacy on culture and society. Coming up, dive into the world of the silent generation, born in the shadow of the Great Depression. Champions of making a dollar stretch further than anyone thought possible, they learned to save everything. Driven by the fear that resources could run dry any day, steady jobs were treasured, reflecting a deep-seated need for security in an unstable world. They were raised in a time where preparation for the worst was a necessity, not just a precaution. Their experiences during World War II, with its global upheaval, only solidified these values of resilience and pragmatism. The silent generation grooved to the rock and roll revolution led by Elvis Presley. They witnessed the birth of the digital age with the creation of the first computer, ENIAC, in 1945, laying the groundwork for the technological leaps to follow. Now let's groove with the baby boomers, the generation that challenged every norm and sparked a cultural revolution. They saw the world evolve from black and white to Technicolor. Born in the aftermath of the World War II, they witnessed the transition from war stories to the Beatles' groundbreaking music. Boomers navigated the complexities of the Cold War while embracing the fervour of social change. They stood at the forefront of the civil rights movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King, and voiced their opposition to the Vietnam War, embodying their deep-seated ideals and commitment to social justice. This generation saw TV dinners as the cutting edge of convenience and experienced the moon landing as a unique moment in human history. They're credited with popularizing rock and roll and laying the groundwork for disco. Baby boomers witnessed the birth of the personal computer in the 1970s, marking the dawn of the digital age. Let's dive into the world of Generation X, known as latchkey kids. They grew up during a time of cultural revolutions and social upheaval marked by the vibrancy of Woodstock. This era was pivotal, introducing them to the early stages of video games, the dawn of digital engagement, and the era of VHS, which revolutionized home entertainment by bringing cinema into the living room. They were the heartbeat of the MTV generation, immersed in a rich tapestry of cultural diversity. This period saw the rise of iconic bands like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and the Rolling Stones. Alongside punk's raw energy with the Ramones and the Sex Pistols, cinema was redefined by films such as Star Wars and The Godfather, marking the emergence of a new wave of storytelling. As pioneers at the digital frontier, Gen X balanced the nostalgia of vinyl records with the emerging digital realm, laying the groundwork for the technology-saturated world we live in today. Their legacy, a blend of realism and innovation, has significantly shaped music, film, and societal norms, steering culture towards a blend of pragmatism and individualism. Next up, Millennials, or Generation Y, navigated the transition from dial-up internet to Wi-Fi. They witnessed pivotal moments like the dot-com bubble burst, the fall of the Soviet Union, and the Cold War's conclusion, marking significant shifts in global dynamics. Millennials were at the vanguard of online socialization, evolving from the early days of MySpace to the advent of compact mobile phones and engaging in the gaming revolution with Nintendo and PlayStation, marking significant milestones in entertainment technology. During that period, bands such as Nirvana, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Pearl Jam were constantly heard on the radio. They experienced the technological leap from CDs, their first tangible form of digital music, to the revolutionary compactness of the iPod Shuffle, marking the transition from physical media to digital music libraries. These individuals were mere children during the transformative events of 9/11 and entered adulthood amidst the turmoil of the 2008 financial crisis. Generation Z, the true digital natives who've never known a world without the internet, were born into an era marked by significant events like 9/11, which unfolded as they were just beginning to walk. This was the time when Titanic became a cinematic phenomenon and The Matrix redefined special effects in film. As the world stepped into the new millennium, it welcomed a generation that would grow up amidst the rise of smartphones, including the transformative introduction of the iPhone and the explosion of social media. Platforms like Facebook and YouTube quickly became their mainstays for connection and expression. This generation has not only adapted to the digital age, they're redefining it, with a keen eye on the future and a drive to make the world a more inclusive, sustainable place. They have been witnesses to significant global shifts, from witnessing the Arab Spring to celebrating same-sex marriage victories. Finally, we meet Generation Alpha. They are on track to become the largest generation in history, surpassing the baby boomers. From an early age, they've been adept with tablets and smartphones. From the rise of Instagram, which has reshaped social interaction, to the emergence of new professions such as social media managers and influencers, signifying the evolving landscape of work and identity. Moreover, the way some people start relationships has totally changed, with apps like Tinder showing how online dating has really taken off. The 2020 pandemic has notably shaped their formative years, swiftly acquainting them with the nuances of digital communication, from mastering Zoom calls to navigating online education amid advancements in AI, augmented reality, and space exploration, including missions to Mars. Generation Alpha is growing up in an era where the lines between the digital and physical realms blur, crafting a reality where the possibilities are boundless. Which generation's story resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.